for joining me again on this beautiful Tuesday here at Hogue Lifestyle Program. My name is Mona Cabrera and I'm the registered dietitian of the program. And every Tuesday I come on here to talk about another nutrition topic. So if you're new around this channel, please hit the subscription button below. This way you'll get the notifications on when we're coming on live and you're not going to want to miss any because they're all great topics, always something for everybody. And on Fridays is cooking demos, but actually in the new year we are going to be changing the days. So we'll be doing a cooking demo every week on Wednesday at 2 o'clock and every other Tuesday a nutrition topic. So changing it up a little bit for the new year. So it's going to take a little bit of getting used to that, but that's going to be our new schedule. So I hope to see you all here. So today, Christmas week, and it's a beautiful week, and we're all busy probably in the kitchen baking and making our favorite holiday dishes. And so it's a great time to be talking about healthy food swaps and what you can do, whether you're baking in the kitchen or just trying to make healthier dishes. There's always ways to change things up a bit and make them healthier for us so we have energy and so we can feel good getting through the last couple weeks of this year and getting into 2021. We couldn't all wait, right? To start it already ahead of everyone because we've been working on our health goals all month here, and so we'll be getting into the new year already with lots of energy and very motivated to keep going as we have been working on our health goals through December. So today we're going to talk about some healthy food swaps because if you've been trying the Atkins diet or the keto diet or a low-fat diet or high-protein diet, what have you, maybe you saw some weight loss, but it wasn't really sustainable because it really took out your favorite foods. It didn't really teach you how to incorporate your favorite foods, but at the same time lose body fat or improve your health. You lose weight on those diets, but then you are back to eating your regular diet and you see the weight gain slowly come back and more. So we want to prevent that by learning just some small ways to make healthy food swaps that are gonna really increase the nutrition in your meals without depriving yourself and feeling deprived, because that's the last thing we want to do is feel deprived. So let's talk about some healthy food swaps. So these little small changes that you can make to your plate are really going to make a significant impact. You might think they're small, but these small changes really add up, and then you will see results in your health and reach your health goals. So number one I'm going to talk about is very popular carbohydrate is the rice. Whether it's white rice or brown rice, there's healthier options like the cauliflower rice. So you can get that in the freezer department or fresh or make your own. And using cauliflower rice will also decrease the carbs in your plate and give you vitamins and minerals and fiber. And it's naturally gluten-free, it's low calorie, high fiber. If you want more of a grain to replace your rice, which is going to be higher in nutrition, higher in fiber, help decrease cholesterol, prevent strokes, help with type 2 diabetes, you can use an ancient grain. Popular one coming into 2021 is going to be more farro and spelt millet. Quinoa has been popular for some years now. So these whole grains have higher nutrition, higher protein, and really help maintain blood sugar. So that's one substitution for our rice. So you have a lot of options for rice substitutions. Number two is your sugary drinks. So if you're still drinking sugary drinks, let's find a substitute that you like. So it could be sparkling water. We have lots of sparkling waters out there that are just naturally sweetened. There's also a brand called Zevia that tastes great. You might like that one. Some people will take a 2 ounce of real juice like a cherry or a pomegranate that has a lot of antioxidants and a lot of anti-inflammation properties. They'll take 2 ounces and add it to 16 ounces of sparkling water. So they've made their flavored water with very low calories, but with a lot of nutritional benefits. So that's for the sugary drinks. For your candy lovers, there's so many options, but one popular one is if you're a candy lover and looking for something sweet and chewy, take out those sweet and chewy candies and replace it with dried fruit. But better yet, if you want to really change it up, go to fresh fruit, which is going to be lower in calories. So your dried fruit has a lot of nutrition, fiber, vitamins and minerals. It will be a substitution for that candy and that chewiness and that sweetness, and doesn't have the dyes and the colorings and preservatives that your candies do. Soy sauce, if you're using soy sauce in your cooking, healthier option is something called coconut aminos. It's made from the coconut sap, and it's much lower in sodium, and it is naturally gluten-free for anyone that has to be on a gluten-free diet. So that's your soy sauce. If you're still drinking cow's milk, there's lots of options that you can replace with that are still going to be a high protein, like your cow's milk. Choosing a soy milk, and there's also pea milk are good alternatives and still giving you that protein. So those are good substitutions for the cow's milk. So pasta lovers, where are you guys? Pasta dishes, very comforting, but you can choose healthier options, low calorie options, high fiber, nutrient dense by using zoodles. So it could be zucchini zoodles, it could be the popular spaghetti squash, and you can still twirl those noodles like you do spaghetti, but without all the carbo loading that you get when we eat pasta. There's also a pasta made from kanjuk root, is also less carbs and not as heavy. Kanjuk root, sorry, it's a vegetable. So there's lots of low carb pastas out there on the market. So lots of vegetables. There's also pastas made from chickpeas. So they have more protein in them. So there are some different varieties out there. Black beans, chickpea pasta, I've seen edamame pasta. So there are a lot of different varieties. But the ones that are going to be low calorie are going to be your spaghetti squash and your zoodles. So different ways to add those to your dishes. So those are a great substitution. Another healthy swap, easy swap, is removing your table salt and replacing it with Himalayan salt that has like 85 different vitamins and minerals. So replacing table salt with Himalayan salt, so you'll actually get vitamins and minerals. When you're having a hamburger or a sandwich, one healthy swap would be to take off the bun and use lettuce. So do more of a lettuce with your protein, so protein style lettuce wrap. If you really want your bread, you go with just one slice open sandwich, right? So you'll have your one slice of a whole grain, high fiber bread, and then with your vegetables and your protein. So there's ways to make your sandwich healthier that way. Let's see, there's so many other things that I wanted to talk about. Oh, if you are a big chocolate lover, I'm a very big chocolate lover. So if you're still eating milk chocolate, you can replace that with dark chocolate that has so much nutrients in it. So looking for a chocolate that's higher than 70% cacao is very important. It has a lot of antioxidants and less sugars than milk chocolate. So using dark chocolate versus milk chocolate, and that goes for in any recipes as well that calls for maybe chocolate chips, using your dark chocolate chips. Another healthy swap is salad dressing. So salads are really a great way to add volume and fiber and nutrition to your meal, but we don't want to be drenching it with a store-bought creamy dressing that's high in processed oils, lots of fat, lots of sodium, lots of sugar often. So there's a few things you can do, a few options for you. You can make a healthy dressing at home made with olive oil mixed with a vinegar, a little bit of salt and pepper, keeping it very simple. It could be olive oil and just lemon juice with salt and pepper. You can also make it with olive oil, some mustard, and some vinegar. And those stay fresh in the refrigerator for a week. There's also creamy dressings out in the market now that keep the calories really low. They are based with Greek yogurt. So you can find those in most grocery stores right now. Bolthouse Farms is one of the brands that I'm familiar with. If you like something creamy and you don't want to make a dressing yourself. Let's see. So for those salty craving times when you need a snack and you're craving something really salty and you're eating Doritos and Cheetos and potato chips that are just high calorie, filled with chemicals, and leave you wanting more, there's a lot of options out there for you. For one, I recommend is air pop popcorn. Forget the bags, forget the chemicals. You can make your own at home by just simply popping organic kernels in the microwave in a brown lunch bag. You can also pop them on the stove without any oil, just covering that pan with some foil and popping your own popcorn. And you can even use it late night if you're gonna sit down to a couple cups of popcorn. You can do that as well. There also are healthy grain-free tortilla chips out there on the market. You could also, if you are going to be a little bit more adventurous, make your own like sweet potato chips in the air fryer if you have that kitchen tool. That's a great one to make, and then you're getting lots of beta carotene, vitamin A, and fiber by making your own sweet potato chips. And they leave you very satisfied and not wanting to eat a whole bag of anything. So for those salty cravings, use that popcorn and or sweet potato fries, making your own in the air fryer. Let's see. If you want to take out some of the mayonnaise, let's say you're making a tuna sandwich and you typically use mayonnaise that is high in fat, you can remove some of that mayonnaise and add mustard, which is 0 calories. You can also use avocado, just smash avocado in there and you're gonna get healthy fat, lots of fiber, vitamins, and minerals. You can also substitute Greek yogurt. So take out the mayonnaise, add a little Greek yogurt. You're gonna be adding in some protein as well from your Greek yogurt, and it's just gonna be a plain Greek yogurt, no sugars added, just a completely plain Greek yogurt. So that's a way to add some cream when you're looking for that mayonnaise. So that's for mayonnaise on a sandwich or a tuna sandwich, for example. The next one, where are my fries lovers? Okay, you are pulling out those frozen French fry bags. So these are just filled with so much fats from unhealthy oils, and you can easily substitute and cut up your own potatoes, sweet potatoes, russet potatoes, and just chop them up julienne style like French fries. Stick them on a pan, a little bit of sea salt and coconut oil. Stick them in the oven or your air fryer and make your own French fries. And then dip it in some organic, no sugar ketchup. So that's a great one for all the French fries lovers. And I think everyone likes French fries. So that's a great one to get used to and add that to your mix up. Okay, so how about the sweet ice cream lovers? You're craving some kind of ice cream. You can easily remove this high sugar dessert and make your own. I call it nice cream. So you would use frozen banana. You would freeze banana ahead of time. You can blend this up in a blender with your milk of choice. Let's say you're using almond milk or soy milk, unsweetened. Blend it up. Just use a little bit of liquid so it's still thick. You can add in a teaspoon of peanut butter. You can use a little bit of peanut butter powder if you just need that peanut butter taste. And then blend it up. You'll have a little bowl of nice cream. Sprinkle it with coconut shreds or a few mini chocolate chips. and make it your dessert. And it's very creamy and very satisfying and sweet from the natural sugars in our banana. Plus you get all that potassium and fiber. So it's very filling. So that's for that sweet dessert. Let's see, if you are making a smoothie, it's easy to overdo it with the fruit that we put in it. Sometimes we're throwing in a couple handfuls here and there, it adds up. So you can decrease the amount of sugar in your smoothie by reducing the fruit a little bit and throwing in either frozen zucchini or frozen cauliflower. That's gonna help with the creaminess that you get from the fruit, but it's gonna be lower in sugar and high in fiber, lots of nutrients in your vegetables. And blend that up. These are two vegetables that are not gonna add any flavor to your smoothie, so you won't even notice they're there. So you could add that to your morning protein smoothie. Let's see, let's talk about some baking swaps. So we talked a little bit about just in general some healthy swaps, but let's talk about your baking swaps. So we're baking, I mean, December I've been baking so much, and probably you have been too. So if you're using oil in your recipe, you can remove some of the oil, and let's say it calls for a cup of oil. Take out half, so use half a cup of oil, replace it with applesauce. So use half a cup of applesauce. This works really well in like banana bread. It really lightens it up and reduces the fat and the calories in your bread without sacrificing any texture or flavor at all. If you are trying to cut back on your eggs or you're vegan, you can use in your baking a chia seed egg or a flaxseed egg. So chia seed, it is 1 tablespoon of chia seeds to 3 tablespoons of water. You mix it up and you let it just sit a little bit in gel before you add it to your recipe. So you're getting superfoods, lots of heart-healthy fats and fiber and protein by using these seeds. In recipes that are calling for sugar, you can also use applesauce for some of that. So if it's a cup of sugar, you can reduce it by half and use applesauce for the other half. Applesauce is just really a good one to use in baking, and also mashed banana. So mashed banana, you can also use it for sugar because it's very sweet, and for removing some of the fat in the recipe, so some of the oil. When you're making something with a flour, I've used black beans a lot, like a black bean brownie. It replaces the flour in the recipe and you wouldn't even know. And by adding those black beans in there, you're adding so much nutrition there, protein and fiber, and removing the flour. So it's gonna help with controlling blood sugars, which is going to help control weight. Let's see. I talked about bananas a little bit, mashed bananas. They can also be used in recipes like cookies and pancakes and muffins. So for exact measurements, you can look that up, but if you just remove some of the sugar, add some banana for whatever you removed, and it can also replace some of the oil. So it's really gonna help. Let's talk about flours in baking. So if we remove some of the white flour and use a healthier option, for example, like a nut flour, let's take our almond flour. You're gonna add so much nutrition, and it's gonna be gluten-free. It's gonna increase the protein. So you do wanna look up the exact conversions for almond flour to white flour. I don't have that information here today on the top of my head. But you can also use the nut flours, coconut flours, and if you're using oat flours, also another way. You just take regular whole oats, blend it up, and you would have oat flour. And I would start by just reducing the amount of white flour and replacing it with some of these alternatives, and see how you like it. But they come out amazing, and the texture is still great, and you have high protein. So lots of recipes for cookies, muffins, breads using these different alternative flours. So we're reducing the white flour, increasing the nutrition from our flour by using the nut flours, coconut, and oat flour. The next thing you can replace in your baking is the prune puree. Yes, prunes can be used to replace some of the fat in your recipe. And also fig puree. So fig puree and prune puree are going to kick up the fiber and reduce the fat in your recipe. So if a recipe calls for 1 cup of margarine, you would use half a cup of prune puree. So we know margarine is really filled with unhealthy hydrogenated fats, lots of omega-3s that have been shown to cause inflammation in the body. So we really want to replace the unhealthy fats with healthier options, and this is a great way. Let's see, the next one, avocado. Gosh, avocado can replace so many things. We're not even talking about avocado toast right now. That's a great option for breakfast to remove the butter on your toast. But avocado instead of your butter in your baking products. So if you're vegan or you're trying to remove some of the dairy products, you would substitute for every 1 tablespoon of butter, you would use half a tablespoon of avocado. And at the same time, you're increasing the fiber, the healthy fats, and the nutrients you get from just using the avocado. And it doesn't change the flavor at all. It's amazing. So the last one I was going to mention was if you're a buttermilk pancake lover, you can easily make buttermilk pancakes without buying the buttermilk box. So to make buttermilk, you use regular milk with a little bit of lemon juice or milk with vinegar, and just let it sit for about 15 minutes before you throw it in your recipe, and it's going to give you that buttermilk flavor. So that's a great substitution as well. So let me see. I think covered a lot of healthy swaps. There's always something healthier that you can do in your diet and not feel deprived. That's the main thing, because we're trying to create a healthy lifestyle that you can live with and be happy with and feel satisfied with your baked goods or your meals. That's really key. Otherwise, we are not going to continue for a lifetime doing this. So I hope I gave you guys enough options today for your baking goods for the week and as you continue on. If you have any questions or if you have any healthy swaps that you've tried and have really loved, put the comments below so everyone else can learn from that. That would be awesome. And again, I appreciate everyone joining in every time I pop on here for Nutrition Topic. And we're going to take Friday off for Christmas, so there won't be any food cooking demo, but we will be back in next Tuesday, the 28th, for another nutrition topic. Until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday, and I will see you next week. Thank you.